perfect. So another one. We in chapter 4. We in chapter 4, and this is general theory, right? In fact, chapter 4 right here. This is forward chess. So we went through all the other chapters. This is chapter 4. Boom, right here. General theory, and then it starts with the initiative. So what does it say? Before we revert to the technique of the openings, it will be advisable to dwell a little on general theory so that the openings and their relation to the rest of the game may be understood. The initiative. Boom. As the pieces are set on the board, both sides have the same position and the same amount of material. White, however, has the first move, and this move is in this case means the initiative. And the initiative, other things being equal, is an advantage. Okay, let's say that again, chat. All right, all together, class. Right, white, however, has the move, and the move is called initiative. Right. Okay, all together. Yeah, it's an advantage. Initiative is an advantage. Initiative is an advantage. So that's what you want to know. Very nice. Now, this advantage must be kept as long as possible and should only be given up if some other advantage, material, or positional is obtained in its place. Initiative, there it is. Initiative is an advantage. There you go, guys. Got it. White, according to the print. Wait, did I skip one? No, okay. White, according to the principles already laid down, develops his pieces as fast as possible. But in so doing, he also tries to hinder his opponent's development by applying pressure wherever possible. He tries to first of all control the center, and failing this, to obtain some positional advantage that will make it possible for him to keep on harassing the enemy. He only relinquishes the initiative when he gets for it some material advantage under such favorable conditions as to make him feel assured that he will in turn be able to withstand. Bro, what are you talking about right now? This is you. Make sure y'all read this part, okay? Because he just okay. So it's like I got this part up here. Initiative is an advantage. Thank you very much. Cool, got it. Sweet. Yeah, we're just gonna go to the number to this next one. Okay, so direct attacks in mass. In the first, oops, well, what did I do? Where did I go? There we go. All right, in the first, I clicked on bookmarks over here on the left. In the first case, the attack must be, so what is this one? In the first case, the attack must be carried on with sufficient force to guarantee its success. Okay, cool. Under no consideration must a direct attack against the king be carried on a trance unless there's an absolute certainty in one's mind that it will succeed. I don't know what that word means. Since failure in such cases means disaster. To the death. Thank you, 40. I'm like, I have no idea what this is, dude. Meanwhile, my non-English speaking brain, sheesh. Yeah, interesting. That's right. Okay, so this is good. Under no consideration must a direct attack against the king be carried to the death. Thank you very much, 40. Unless there is an absolute certainty. That's a very small thing that he said that a lot of you are going to miss. A lot of you always just attack the king and don't do it until death, or maybe you do, right? But what is the last part here? Unless there is absolute certainty in one's mind that it will succeed. Sometimes, because what does it say? Since failure, you lose. So a lot of times you have to be very accurate. And he said, here's a good example. This looks like a Greek gift here. A good example is this. In this position, white could play bishop c2 and still have a better position, but instead he prefers an immediate attack on the king's side with the certainty in his mind that attack will lead to a win. The game continues thus. What does it say? We give from now on games and notes. Okay, that's something else. So bishop takes h7. Call it the Greek gift. King takes. Follow up with knight g5, king g6. Because a king back to g8, and you can actually do this yourself. You can see that queen to h5 if you didn't know this, which if it doesn't show, I'll click the engine up here and turn it on, and it'll tell me. I can drag this down a little bit, and it'll tell me, oh, queen h5 is the move. I just make it, oh, okay, and then they tell me all the lines. I can turn that off, go back up here, come back to it if I wanted to know. And then bishop takes h7, king takes h7, knight g5, king g6, queen g4. Right, threatening f5 stuff, which I mean, actually that's what he did, f5. And then you play queen g3. This is like the the advanced Greek gift. For all my advanced Greek gifters out there, you know, shout out to you. After queen g3, what's happening next is knight takes e6 check, right? This is what happens when a king comes out. And maybe you've been here before and you're like, I don't know what to do. This is usually how you do it. After king h6, right, queen h4, and you walk them into this mating net. King g6, boom, check, right? And then he takes, if king f6, what's the king f6 line? Rook d1? f4, queen h4? No, that's just strange. What is this one? This is the hard one. Stockfish 11, right? I know. Yeah, Stockfish 11. But I mean, it's still, it's an engine, so like whatever. Stockfish 11 is still strong, right? Just, oh, it's not Stockfish 14. Okay, so you telling me Stockfish 11, you about to beat them every game, huh? You about to beat Stockfish 11 every game. Oh, okay. Bruh. Oh, okay. You know, he ain't about to do nothing with Stockfish 11. Knight g6, and he takes f5. He takes rook ad1, hit the queen. Dang, this is a game. This is a long one. Knight d3, queen h3, he hit the knight. He went there, queen g3 with the knight e2 check, but it doesn't work because we capture. Urban Dictionary thinks Greek gift. Oh, really? 40? Oh, wow. I do not want to know. Queen c7, rook at e1, knight e2. Rook takes, knight h7 check. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, okay, Jazz. Okay. H takes, rook h8, knight g5. This is easy. Now, f4, he's up a piece, says he resigns. Another example here is being certain. So we're thinking about being certain here. So, looks like the moves aren't there on the left, so you can't see it. This one's white to move. What do you think this is, chat? What do you think this combination is? I ain't gonna lie, I'm actually trying to figure it out myself. I think it might be there. And then if there, then maybe there. And then there, and then what? Close. I feel like I'm missing something, but maybe it works. Maybe it works. Knight takes pawn. 95 looks okay to me. I like 95 too. I like 95, but I'm really leaning towards something else, not based on calculation. Very nice 40. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking of something else. Knight takes e5 definitely probably is the simple route and probably is the move. But I'm looking at queen b3. And above, let me see what it says. In the above position, the simple move, knight takes e5 would win, but white looks for complications and their beauties. Such a course is highly risky until a wide experience of actual master play had developed a sufficient insight into all possibilities. This game, which won a brilliancy prize, continued. Bishop h4. Wow. My move was actually queen b3. I was looking at this line. I was trying to get this to work. This is what I looked at. I was calculating this. And I didn't know what to do next. But bishop h4 immediately, though. That's pretty sweet. Oh, wow. It's a variation of the same. Didn't he take the queen? I just want to know. Oh, it didn't even say. I don't. Something else. Check. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Knight d6. Both the queens hanging. What is this nonsense right now? Bro, what is this? Oh my goodness. Do I take the queen or not? I don't even know. Knight h4. King h5 probably. What is this? Take here. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Take on g7. I gotta see this. Knight f5. And maybe just h3? I mean, maybe take first? Wow, so many options. h3, yep. The climax of the combination started with bishop h4. White is still threatening mate, and the best way to avoid it is for black to give back all the material he gained and to remain 3 pawns behind. The student should note that in examples given, the attack, king h5 is amazing, right? The attack is carried out with every available piece, and that often, as in some of the variations pointed out, It is the coming into action of the last available piece that finally overthrows the enemy. It demonstrates the principle already stated. Direct and violent attacks against the king must be carried out in mass with full force to ensure their success. The opposition must be overcome at all costs. The attack cannot be broken off, since in all cases, that means defeat. All right, the force of the threatened attack. You're going to read all of this, except maybe this last sentence, because I'm kind of skimming through. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. It is always an advantage to threaten something, but such threats must be carried into effect only if something is to be gained immediately. That's sweet. Like, did you hear that? Yo, did you hear that?
Bruh.
Like, chat.
Bruh.
Like, that's amazing. It is always an advantage to threaten something, but such threats must be carried into effect only if something is to be gained immediately. Right. That's pretty nice. Let's see what else we have. One of the best and most successful maneuvers in this type of game is to make a demonstration on one side so as to draw the forces of your opponent to that side. Then, through the greater mobility of your pieces, to shift your forces quickly to the other side and break through before your opponent has the time to bring over the forces. Yeah, this is called the principle of two weaknesses, like have multiple weaknesses. Right. No, I suggested you get that tattooed on your thigh. Okay, excellent. Yep, got it. I'll get it tomorrow. Threat is only a threat if it threatens to win something immediately. Yes. This is why we call them pawn breaks, correct. A good example of positional play is shown through the following game. Let's see it. Got a French. Okay, well, the French is
Garbage.
Okay, so let's see what happened. Now d5, knight c3, takes, knight d7, knight f6, knight f3. Okay, giving chapter and verse. Let's go down to everything. Knight f3, knight f6, takes. This is all theory. Okay, knight e5 is definitely not. I ain't never seen that one. Definitely. Yeah, Capo using his own game. Right, and actually it is, right? Capablanca versus R. Blanco. BJ. Funny. No problem. So it's funny because I mean it is his book. It is his book. But he like, yeah, and this is how you do it. So he showed his own game. So 95. So let me see this. He says this move was first shown to me by the talented Venezuelan amateur M. Ayala. The object is to prevent the development of Black's king. Oh, sorry, of Black's queen's bishop via b7, b6, which is wow. I have never seen this before. Yo, this is like legendary right now. I've only seen bishop g5 here, bishop d3, which I play like no matter what. Bishop d3, queen e2. Literally, my setup goes like this, and then I'm gonna put the queen on e2, bishop g5, castle queen side, and mate you. But this 95 I've never ever seen. Not that it's, you know, technically, I mean, it could be bad. Especially bishop d6 is kind of annoying. Literally, it's a very annoying move. Immediately challenges the knight. But I like the idea of what he did. And that's exactly what happened. Bishop d6 and then queen f3. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, if you, e4, if you play e4, you got problems with the French, pay attention right here. This is something. c6. Then you play c3, make sure everything's solid. Sort of Carol Khan 2 knights-ish, if you know that theory. c3, castles, bishop g5, bishop e7. It's looking like Carol Khan, correct, yeah. Bishop d3, knight e8. Do I just take on e7? Maybe I'll move it. Wow, don't touch it at all. Well, of course, mate's here. And then f5, boom. Here we go. White has no longer an attack, but he has compelled Black to create a marked weakness. Right. Then it says, now White's whole plan will be to exploit this weakness, the weak e-pawn. So that's right here. And the student can now see how the principles expounded previously are applied in this game. Every move is directed to make weak king pawn untenable or to profit by the activity of Black's pieces. defending the pawn in order to improve the position of white at other points. Okay, so he did take it. Then he castled. Rook e1, centralized. e6 is weak. Bishop's terrible. This is just a grind. I should win this. This is a grind. Knight d6, rook e2 to double the rooks. I'm sure he doubled next. Yep. And now what? This is weak. I could move the knight. I could take this. It's not ready. Queen's probably misplaced. Maybe b3. He plays c4. And then knight f7. d5 and break open. Wow. Huh. That's crazy. So here you got the result of attack A. And now you don't need to focus on mate anymore. Just a weakness, right? Yeah. You just need to focus on weaknesses, right? You created weaknesses. So now we just start doing other stuff. Bishop c2 to b3. I like that idea. Knight takes e5. Apparently the best way to meet the manifold threats of white. C takes d5. Okay, so what happened next? Takes g6, queen h4, king g7, queen d4. Got this nasty diagonal pressure there. c5, he can really do that. Queen c3, b6. Takes bishop c8. Wow, bishop e2. What did he say about this? The deciding and timely maneuver. All the black pieces are useless after the bishop reaches d5. Ooh, he just going to d5 with the bishop. So he took on e6. And then he still played bishop f3. And then bishop d5 anyway. Wow. That's a wrap. Now he just bought the... Wow, look at that queen play. Dang. h4, h5. Rook h5. I mean, is that the move? He played rook takes e6. Oh, snap. Oh, wow, look at that. And after rook takes, and then queen takes. Queen takes e6. Yikes. It doesn't matter where you go when I take the rook. Nasty. Nasty. Wow. Let's see what this says. Commenting on White's play in the game, Dr. E. Lasker said at the time that if White's play were properly analyzed, it might be found that there was no way to improve upon it. Psh. Wow. These apparently simple games are often of the most difficult nature. Perfection in such cases is much more difficult to obtain than in those positions calling for a brilliant direct attack against the king involving sacrifices of pieces. Okay, what we got left? Relinquishing, cutting off, and players. Okay, something else. Relinquishing the initiative. All right, so let's see what we got. Oh, this is a Roy Lopez game. See how close it is to like the world champ stuff. Let's see what we got. Let me move the board down. Sorry. That must have hurt quite a lot. Yeah. All right, let's see. Is this working? There it is. This is Capablanca and Janowski. Oh, they played a lot. Okay, so this is Roy. Classic Roy. Oh, he played an exchange. And then d4. Knight c3, defend e4. Take on e5. Queen e2. Rook d1. I already like this for white. This was sweet. Like, he played this differently too. d4 is not a move you usually play. You usually go like for the d3 lines. Keep it a little bit more closed, but this looked great for white. Black pawn super weak, correct. But I mean, black playing it like a beast though. Wow. Knight c5, knight e6, knight d4. Janowski was no slouch. Knight d1, what a move. And I think you want to play c3 and b4 next. Or b3 and c4 next. Oh, c4. Yeah, he plays c4. Lock it out. Then he finally took it. But the dark squares for white are really bad. I get one, you get one. Okay, you play b3, rook b8. Thanks for the follow. Takes, knight f1. Of course, you guys can go through this game much slower. I'm just gonna like fly through. I just want to see what happened. Yeah, this was a hard game. Wow, he sacked it. Oh, he just said my pieces are better. Classic game. Somehow I don't like the positions right from. Now it's good. He was able to break through. I mean, look how long this game was, though. There's a lot you can learn from this. And then the end game itself, too. This is a classic game. And then he goes to win the end game. Like, you had everything in that game. Everything in that game. Let's see what we got, though. Cutting off pieces from the scene of action. Very often in a game, a master only plays to cut off, so to speak. Very often in a game, a master only plays to cut off, so to speak, one of the pieces from the scene of an actual conflict. Often the bishop or knight is completely put out of action. In such cases, we might say that from that moment the game is won, because for all practical purposes, there will be one more piece on the side than on the other. So let's look at the game. Who? Oh, Winter and Capablanca. Oh, yeah, this is a classic game. Right? With the bishop on g3. Is this the bishop on g3 game? Let's see. Let's see. Usually there's a bishop on g3 that becomes gross. Let's see if this is it. I think this is it. What they say here? This is called Nimzovich variation. Okay. So he brought the bishop back. h6, c5. So this bishop is so bad. I feel like Magnus is the best at this kind of play. 100% 40. Yes. Nobody beat Magnus at this kind of play. AGRRESSIVE, thanks for the prime. Let's go. Thank you. Let's go. Thanks for the prime. c5 on the board. Clamping down on the d4 square. Let's go, AGRRESSIVE. Thanks for that. Knight d5, and it says white falls into a trap. Only lack of experience can account for this move. Yeah, I think this is, yeah, and this is the games. This is the game. Yo, what's up? Let's go. Quiglon, thanks for the rate. What up, SNF? What's up, bro? So, look, guys. All right, g5. G5 having. Yeah, this is the winter game. This is a classic game. And this end game is classic because this bishop stays buried right here the entire game. And this whole chapter he talking about right here, which one is this one again? Cutting off pieces from the scene of action. This is a classic game. This bishop is stuck. Winter is coming. Yeah, winter's here. Winter's here, and winter was gone after Kappa came through there. Bishop g3, bishop all locked in. Now let's just fast forward to show you. Right here. That's a good question. Wait, did they have the year on here? Winter 1919. 1919. Okay, so this is where we left off. So watch the technique here, because this is a long game, so I'm going to just fly through moves. But if you see here, the bishop was stuck on g3 the whole game. Right? He shut the bishop out and realized, oh, you're down a piece. So he just endgamed him. Whole game. Endgame. Endgame. Bishop still stuck. And so we trying to break over here. Right? He get the break off. He gets the break off. And then he tries to get the break off here, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Right? And then still, look how he kept the bishop there the whole game. Right? This is something to pay attention to, you know. Teach you to stop blundering. Zugzwan, that's going to be on your own time. Going to be on your own time. Going to be rough. It takes time though. All right, this one says, and this one I think is the last chapter. And this one is, yeah, right. It's going to be hard there, Zugzwan. We all feel you there. The player's motives criticized in a specimen game, okay? Now that a few of my games with my own notes have been given, I offer for close perusal and study a very fine game by Sir George Thomas, one of the England's foremost players, against Mr. FFAO Alexander. Okay, FFAO Alex. Big FFAO Alex. Let's go.
Bruh.
And the championship of the City of London Chess Club in the winter of 1919-1920. Okay. Okay, so what is this game? Notes by Sir George Thomas. Well, let's go. Names be hitting different. For real, bro. My name is Sir Mr. FFL. Make sure you say that. And make sure you get my FFL in there, bro.
Bruh.
Don't play with my FFL. And then it's Alexander the Third. I think blundering is a trait that you can't get rid of in an instance. Yeah, it happens. It happens. And you can blunder less, though. A lot less. But even then, you won't stop from blundering, period. You will still blunder certain points. Okay, c4, e6. We're just kind of looking at this because, oh, this is like a semi-Slav. Wow, in a way. Queen a5. Yeah, this is nice. Classic stuff here. Bishop takes. Knight takes. Excuse me, knight a3. Or a3, knight e4. Cambridge Springs, correct. Yeah, knight e4, queen b3, bishop e7. Two blunders to play chess at the highest level. Oh man, bishop d3, knight takes c3, takes. Yeah, there's nothing going on, but this is good. I mean, I'm just kind of flying through them too, though. Castles. I'm assuming b5 is not happening, right? Wow, you know, play b5. I'll play b5 so fast. He's still gonna play b5. Well, b5 now is gonna be trouble. Look at this bishop, though. Maybe you had to. Maybe. Let me see. Bishop e7. Okay, c1. Bishop e7. And then f6. f6. Let's just see what happened. He centralized his pieces, maneuvered a little bit around. Not really much happened. f5. Yeah, I was thinking f5, but if you're wrong, it's a wrap. It's over for you if you're wrong. So I understand why you waited. Now he captured here. Or you should definitely read that when you go through this on your own. e4. e3, I do not like this move, huh? Yeah, oh, absolutely. SNF is fire. f4. Bishop c8 and knight f3, bishop f5. This was a long game, boy. But look at the maneuver here. Let me just fast forward though. g4. Whoa, he sacked it. He played rook f6. Yikes, because if it takes, you're like made it. Look at that. Nasty. Nasty stuff there. You can't move anything. So he played rook f6. There we go. This is the spiciness. Knight e2, queen f8. Everything in there. Okay, he backed the rook up. Queen h6, queen c2. Is there a mate? There's gotta be. I've seen this before, I think. Maybe. Queen h3? He did. Rook h1. Oh, this is nasty. Okay, what's the move? Rook takes c4. And then, yes, bishop takes d3. If bishop takes, obviously you take the queen. Actually, you mate. Wait. Is it even better to mate? There might be a mate. If here, check, steal. He takes with the queen. Rook takes. No, there's no mate anymore. It's close, so you just probably take the queen. Number one. But after queen h3, rook c4, queen takes. I think you take here on d3. Okay, let's see what happened. Rook c4, queen takes c4, bishop takes, take on f6, takes on c4. Right. Yeah. Beautiful combination there, right? Bishop takes c4, knight f4, and then e2. What on earth? e2, bro, right here? Oh my goodness. Look at this move. This is gross. Knight takes a6, bishop takes d5 mate. Yo, like you girls. He too, like, oh my goodness. Dang. Rook G1. Queen F1, white resigns. Very nice finish. Very yeah, absolutely. That's chapter 4. So we just finished with chapter 4 there. Of course, you guys have the Forward Chess app right here in the chat. Again, you guys can grab it yourself and go through it. Obviously much slower too as well. And the ones that you might have missed in the beginnings. Chapters 1 through 3. We're going to cover chapter 5, which is in-game strategy, which is going to be fire. Right, we're going to cover that one. It's going to be video number 5. So make sure y'all ready for that one.